That's right. Xi Jinping's closing speech for the Congress was really, in essence, a rallying call to the people of China to unite in this mission to build China into a strong and moderately prosperous country. Some very strong words that China will be prepared to fight bloody battles. But of course, I think he meant this metaphorically. He's been very much about defending China and saying that it only looks after its own interests and to unite the people behind him in doing so. Now, during this Congress, we saw the term limits removed on his leadership. He's also presenting himself as the man, the leader who will take China to that place where he wants it to be, which is to be a leading advanced nation by mid-century. And he really wants to remind the people of China as it becomes wealthier and more educated, not to forget the ideology that brought it there, not liberal democracy, but socialism with Chinese characteristics. So that very much was the theme of the speech. And of course, at the end, as you mentioned, that warning of anyone who had any interest in splitting China, that these attempts would be doomed to failure and would face condemnation and punishment. So very much aiming at pro-independence activists in Taiwan and Hong Kong over there.
And Katrina, what about the Premier's news conference? What did he focus on?
Well, while Xi Jinping focused on ideology, we had Premier Li Keqiang really look at the economy, essentially. He was saying that China is on track to achieve its growth goals of 6.5%, that Chinese banks and corporations are well placed to manage any financial risks, and that China will continue to tackle debt and to continue to open up its market. Interestingly, there was also some strong words for the US. At the moment, Trump is said to be considering 30 to 60 billion US dollars worth of tariffs against Chinese goods. And Li Keqiang basically said, warned the US not to act emotionally, and even using the word trade war was really against what they were trying to achieve in terms of trade, which was really to have both societies win on that level. He also acknowledged, interestingly, that there is a trade deficit between China and the US, and he said that China would continue to open up. China has always put itself as a champion of globalization, opening up. And he actually said that China would continue to also look at ways to defend intellectual property, which is one of the main attacks that the US has had against China in terms of trade.